I've enjoyed in lockdown getting more screen time.
One of my surprising things is that I'm more flexible than I realized.
The most surprising thing that I've learned in lockdown is I actually really enjoy reading my brother's stories at night.
I've enjoyed spending more time with my family and pets. And I've also enjoyed reading lots of Harry Potter.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. I trust that you're all doing well. As you know, we are slowly moving out of lockdown, level by level, so I thought that I would jog your guys' memory and remind you of how the church looks. This is where we normally meet on a Friday night and hear God's word, but that's not the only thing we hear. Yes, as you guys have seen before, we asked some of you, what are you most enjoying about lockdown, or what's the most surprising thing about lockdown? And we want more answers. Please send your highlights of lockdown living to this number or this email address. And that isn't the only thing that we asked you guys to do.
My new names for 7-Up are Nailed Life, Cooler Club, and Friday. I challenge Katinka to make up better names. Peace.
My suggested names for 7-Up are Jersey Not Hoodie, the Jaywalkers, and Getaway Fridays. And I challenge James to make any better names.
The challenge has been set for Katika and James, so send in your suggestions to this number and this email address, and don't forget to challenge your friends. But now, Stefan.
Wives, be willing to serve your husbands. This is the right thing to do in following the Lord. Husbands, love your wives and be gentle to them. Children, obey your parents in everything. This pleases the Lord. Fathers, do not upset your children. If you are too hard to please, they might want to stop trying. Servants, obey your masters in everything. Obey all the time, even when they can't see you. Don't just pretend to work hard so that they will treat you well. No, you must serve your masters honestly, because you respect the Lord. In all the work you are given, do the best you can. Work as though you are working for the Lord, not any earthly master. Remember that you will receive your reward from the Lord, who will give you what he promised his people. Yes, you are serving Christ. He is your real master. Remember that anyone who does wrong will be punished for that wrong, and the Lord treats everyone the same. Masters, give what is good and fair to your servants. Remember that you have a master in heaven. This is the word of the Lord.
Hi, I'm Carla, and I'm a friend of Joe and Caitlin. I'm also a leader at Hood, and to be honest, this week has been really cold for me because I'm used to living in a different place. My life changed a lot from playing on sandy, dusty soccer fields in Senegal to living in Cape Town, where I just stay inside because it's so cold. But you guys have been learning about a new life as well. And you've been learning that in Jesus, if you have just Jesus plus nothing, you have salvation. And that is like a new life. It's living in a completely different way from the way you did before. So we're going to be talking about how that looks today from our passage that was read. And it has to do specifically with how do we treat people in our lives. In our new life with Jesus, who's basically our King, how do we treat each other? And I think the passage has really explained very well that we need to treat all different kinds of people that we have relationships with love and with respect. And then that is what actually makes Jesus, our King, really pleased with us. He really enjoys it when the people who he has given a new life live it in the way he wants them to. They live when we live it with him as King and obeying the things that he wants us to do. So, maybe a good way to think of it is if you were on a soccer team, But before you joined the soccer team, you were a homeless person on the streets. And it was the coach that came to you. And he said, okay, I'm going to give you everything you need to play great soccer. So he takes you in, he gives you everything you need, and he gives you a completely new life. And then he says to you, look, now you play for my team. And I want you to play by my rules. And one of the things I would really love for you to do is to play with your teammates and treat them with love and respect. Doesn't matter if they're the striker, doesn't matter if they're the goalie. I want you to treat all of them with love and respect. And I would hope that in that situation, when you just joined that team and this coach has helped you get to this point, that you would really listen to your coach there. And in a sense, Jesus is like that coach. He's the one who's taken you from your old life and has given you salvation, a new life in Him, with Him as King. And now it's your privilege to live under His rules. And His rules include treating other people with love and respect. And for us specifically, this passage says, children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord. That's very applicable for you and I, for everyone really. And I hope that you'll be thinking during this time in lockdown of ways that you can love your parents, ways that you can respect them. Think about how you can obey them better. And think about your siblings as well. Lockdown cannot be easy. I know I have siblings, and being together on a long car drive was really hard. And I'm sure it's been really hard for you as well. But with Jesus as our King in our new life, He would love us to be really intentional about taking care of one another with love and respect. So think about the ways you can do that. Maybe think about the ways you can treat your friends differently as well. Maybe gossiping is not such a good idea, thinking about what Jesus has said. So think about these things, and I hope that it encourages you during this time. Thanks so much for your time. I hope that you've learned a lot and that you'll play throughout your life on the soccer team with Jesus. You'll play with love and respect for everyone that you meet.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to send in your lockdown living videos to this number and this email. I'll check you next week, Oaks. Cheers.